Hey everybody, Nakul here from Skills IELTS. Really hope everybody is doing fantastic. I'm back with yet another super awesome pop-act video on 30 advanced words to improve your IELTS writing scores. Well, before we get into the video, if not subscribed to this channel, kindly click on the subscribe button. Anytime you need online assistance, it's a paid assistance. You can check the information in the description of this video. We left a WhatsApp link. You can click on the link, send us a message. We will do the needful. Alright, without any further delay, let's straight away get right into the learning of these 30 advanced words. The very first word that we often tend to ignore is the word significant. Instead of significant, we have this habit of using important often multiple times. So the sentence says, the meeting was really important for everybody or everyone. You can say this as, the meeting was significant for all stakeholders. Consider using this word significant instead of the word important. And likewise, we're going to share the next 29 advanced words for some of the replacements. Let's start with the second word called substantial. This is also often overlooked. People often end up saying they made a big donation to the charity. Big is the word that often comes out from our mouth, but the correct word over here is substantial, means something that is sufficient. They made a substantial donation to the charity. Let's quickly move on to the third one called considerable. She put a lot of effort. This is the usual thing that we often end up using when we speak, but when we write, don't use this lot of. Instead of, you can say she invested. She put a lot of effort, rather you can say she invested considerable effort into her project. Consider using these. Check out my other videos wherein I have made a lot of words that needs to be replaced kind of videos. So this as well will help you. So make a note of it. These 30 words will definitely change your scores with respect to IELTS writing and even IELTS speaking for that matter. The fourth word is the word integral. Many completely overlook this word and tend to use the word key. Good teamwork is a key part of success. Rather, you can say good teamwork is integral to doing something. Integral to achieving success is a completely different way of writing it with the same meaning as it was the first sentence. Integral to is a collocation. The effective teamwork is a key part of success, is an integral or is integral to achieving something, to achieving success. The next word is the word indispensable. Almost means very, very useful. This tool is really useful for fixing the machine. You can also say this tool is indispensable. Look at the spelling of it. For repairing the machinery or for fixing the machine, consider using indispensable whenever you get a chance. The next is the word adverse. I almost have not seen people using this. The bad weather ruined their plans. Now you can also say the weather that was bad, adverse weather conditions. Well, you cannot simply replace the word bad with word adverse. Wherever you want, the situation demands it, then only you're going to use it. The bad weather ruined their plans. The adverse weather conditions disrupted or ruined their plans. Consider using the adverse in place of bad when the situation demands. The next is proliferation. There has been a fast increase in online courses. Recently, there has been a proliferation, or you can say the proliferation of online classes has been noticeable or has been notable in the recent years. Proliferation is to multiply, to increase, to rise. It has got so many different meanings. All probably talk about some significant improvement. So there has been a fast increase. You can see the proliferation of online courses has been notable in recent years. Consider using this word when the situation demands. The next is mitigate. They try to make the problem less intense, less serious. They try to mitigate the problem. They implemented the strategies to mitigate the issue. Consider using this instead of using the words like make it small, make it good, make it less intense, mitigate it. This is the actual thing that you need to get when you write or when you speak in a IELTS exam. The next is alleviate, is to bring it down. He took the medicine to make his pain go away. Please don't write this. He took medication to alleviate his discomfort. Just try to observe the usage of the word alleviate, which means to bring the severity down. Correct? To make his pain go away, to alleviate his discomfort or alleviate the pain. Both will fit in. The next is viable. I almost have not seen people using this word viable. That idea seems like it could work. That idea appears to be a viable solution. I mean, this could be a viable solution. This is the perfect fit for this is what viable means. Try making use of such words in your IELTS writing and speaking. That idea seems like it could work. That idea appears to be a viable solution. Efficacy. Efficacy is the output, the efficiency. They tested how well the medicine worked. They assessed the efficacy of the medication. Give it a thought. The first line is what most of the people end up writing or speaking in the IELTS exam. The second line is the one that you should be using in your IELTS writing especially, or even IELTS speaking for that matter. They tested how well the medicine worked. They tested the efficacy of the medication. Its output is efficacy, the rate at which the output is produced, within what time, something like a productivity, but for the medication or some of the words it's efficacy, the output. Okay. Impediment means a problem. The broken equipment was a big problem for the team. Can I use this? Definitely you can use this. But if you want an alternative one, then you can use this. The malfunctioning equipment or the broken equipment posed a significant impediment to the team. Just observe how I'm using the word impediment. It posed an impediment to the team. It caused a big problem to the team. It posed an impediment to the team. Try making use of this. Your vocabulary score just goes up. Plausible. Plausible means something that is possible, something that actually makes sense. Correct? The story sounds like it could be true. The narrative or the story appears plausible. Sounds like it is true, it appears plausible under the given circumstances. Getting it, so instead of saying, I think it is true, it looks like it is true, I think it's a plausible solution. Because getting it plausible makes it more understandable, it conveys a better meaning. The story sounds like it could be true, the story appears plausible. But you cannot simply use it the way you want it. There is a way to use, like, it appears plausible, it looks plausible. It's a plausible process, it's a plausible solution. So the way you use it, you also need to learn them. The next is predominantly. Most people there were students. Now predominantly represents mostly, most of the things. Predominant, majorly, majority of is predominant. The most people were there were students. The audience was predominantly composed of students. We've just rearranged them so that it gives a better clarity. The audience was predominantly composed of, most people there were students. Predominantly, all the audience were students. You can also use it, but know the meaning of it and know how it is used. The next is manifest. See, manifest has so many different meanings depending on the context you use. You got to manifest yourself, change yourself and appear as if. So there could be a lot of different meanings, but here let's take up an example. His nervousness showed in his voice. The nervousness manifested and came in his voice. This is what we're going to talk about. His anxiety was manifest in his tone of voice. Getting it, his nervousness showed. The nervousness manifested in the tone of his voice. And we could see him trembling, shaking, showing discomfort, sense of anxiousness. The nervousness manifested through his voice. Whereas getting it, it showed, it manifested. Manifested means you take something else and be influenced of it. That's to manifest, to get manifested, manifestation. All right, the next is detrimental. Means something that causes injury, something that is injurious to health, something that is dangerous. Smoking is bad for your health, smoking is detrimental to one's health. I have not seen people using these words like detrimental and many more, though you know the meaning of it. So start, using them whenever you write an essay or whenever you speak in English with your friends. So automatically, you would know that this word can be used in your exam as well. The next is proficient, means highly skilled. Could be she's pretty good at speaking French, she's proficient or highly proficient in French. Getting it? So she's pretty good, she is highly proficient in French, in speaking French or in French. So try using these words. For sure you're going to see a sharp increase in your vocabulary score. Empirical formula you would have heard. They used real world data to back up their claim. Their argument was supported by empirical evidence. Now what is the meaning of empirical? You make a guess. They use this real world data, empirical data. This is an empirical evidence. Something backed up by the real research. Hope you're getting it. So they used the real world data to back up their claim. The argument was supported by empirical evidence. So now we will move on to the next one. Comprehensive, something which includes everything. We need to cover all the parts of the issue. A comprehensive analysis of the issue is required. You don't say we need to cover the comprehensive parts. No, comprehensive means everything. So comprehensive understanding is required. A comprehensive analysis is required. We need to cover, a comprehensive covering is required. Give it a thought. When you use it, use them rightly. The next is facilitate. Facilitate is a verb. The noun is facility. To facilitate, to provide the facility. The teacher helped the students understand the topic. The teacher facilitated students' understanding of the topic. Meaning she provided a facility, she became the medium through which others are understanding what the topic is all about. She facilitated the understanding, she helped students understand, she facilitated the students' understanding of the topic. Implement, it's a simple word. They started using, started doing, they implemented. That's how you replace them. They started using a new plan is what most of the people end up writing. You can also say they implemented a new strategy. Optimize, to make it more effective. You should try to make the process better. You should try to optimize the process. Effort should be made to optimize the process. Getting it, I know everybody knows the meaning of the word optimize, but my problem is nobody is using them. Everyone is going with the first line. For example, if people try to make the process better, for instance, if people optimize the process, that has a better clarity, and that's how you write in your essay writing. Hope you're getting it. The next is imminent. He's an eminent scholar. Eminent is different, imminent is different. Imminent is something that is due. The storm is coming soon. The storm's arrival is imminent. It's definitely going to come. It's coming soon. Something that is going to come is imminent. Eminent is proficient, something highly skilled. EMI is different. IMMI is different. The storm is coming soon. The arrival of the storm is imminent. Going to be here in some time. Try to use these words, again I'm telling you, in your day-to-day life activities. When you speak, when you talk, when you write. So when you do that right, this remembers this a lot many times. As a result, when you are writing in your essay writing, or when you're speaking in your IELTS exam, speaking, this automatically comes out and you'll be very confident for the fact that you have used them multiple times in your day-to-day life conversations. The next is exacerbate. Exacerbate is to worsen it. Alleviate is to make it less intense. Exacerbate is to disturb it, to completely destroy it. If you have a lung disorder and you're still smoking with your condition will definitely exacerbate your lungs, make it more worse. Alleviate is different. Alleviate is to bring it down. Okay? His actions made the situations worse. His actions exacerbate the situation. Serve to exacerbate the situation. Try using them. See, unless you use it in your day-to-day life activities, conversation, this cannot automatically come from the sky in the exam. Remember this. Just have to remember this, and you definitely will use them. So make a note of it in a book or a paper so that you can revise them and you would know when to use them, how to use them, and all those stuff. The next word is deprive, is to not get rid of, to be devoid of. I was deprived of my sleep yesterday night because there were some pets barking. They took away her basic rights. She was deprived of her rights. Correct? This happened and I felt they took away her basic rights. This happened and I felt she was deprived of her basic rights. There's a huge difference, though it means the same. The second one is mostly considered in your essay writing and not the first one. The next word is disseminate. Probably it's to spread. The news spread quickly across the town. The news disseminated. The information was disseminated rapidly throughout the community. Something that spreads is something that disseminates. Dissipate is different. The heat dissipated. That is different. Disseminate is this. Just it's widely prevalent. It has been spread. The next is subsequent. Everybody knows the meaning of this, but I've seen very few using them. For instance, after the event, they held a meeting. A subsequent meeting was held following the event. Subsequent is right after. I've seen very less people using them, though everybody knows the meaning of it. The next is compelling, means forcing, something you're compelled to do. His argument was very convincing, his argument was compelling and well supported. Convincing is someone who is making you believe their words. I am compelled to believe. So convincing, compelling, they all come in the same category. His argument was very convincing, his argument was compelling and well supported. The next is prevalent, something that exists. This kind of mistake happens a lot. This type of error is prevalent in such contexts. This is there. That is what prevalent. Getting it? The next is pertinent. His comments weren't really related to the topic. So pertinent is something that is related to, pertaining to. His remarks or comments were not pertinent to the subject matter, were not related to, you can say were not pertinent to, or it was not pertaining to. Getting it, try making use of these, otherwise for sure you're going to forget them soon. I believe that's all for today. I really hope this was an informative content, giving you idea of this 13 new words that you can replace many of the words. If you believe the video is informative, like, share and subscribe and leave your valuable comments in the comment section. With this, I'll park it here. This is Nakul, Nakul, Nakul signing off from Skills IELTS. Soon we'll be back. Till then, take care. Bye-bye. Thanks much.